Happy Friday! What's going on, y'all? It's Nick here with Shalicia, and we're with F.O.F, Financial Coaching LLC, and we're here today to talk about what else? Money. Hope you all are having a great day today. Listen, if this is your first time viewing this video, we ask that you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We're here to talk about finances and how they intertwine with God, with relationships, with friends, with family, with all those different things, all right? So we hope that you all enjoy this. Now, today, the topic in the video, the topic for today in our video is being around people who you can be a mess around, okay? So we hope that y'all stay tuned. This topic, the way it came about, is I was talking to my homie the other day, and, we were having some deep conversations. You was there too. We was having like a whole little conversation, and it was good. It wasn't a bad thing. But what was interesting, he was like, man, it's great to know that I can be around people who, we could be a mess around, talking about him and his family. And so it really dawned on me the importance of having strong friendships, the importance of having good friendships with the right type of people. And so sometimes I think we get bogged down, whether it be in marriage, whether it be with our family relationships, and sometimes we don't necessarily see the value of having good friends, the value of having people who are in our corner, who are on our team. And I think that there's something worth talking about and saying about. So, what's your perspective on that, honey?
I think you're right to say, to have friends and people you value around that you don't mind just opening up to and that you can trust, and is not only going to give you just love, but just a sound advice when needed. Just the realness, authenticity. It's really important, and it's great to keep it. And if you do have it, like, don't lose it.
And then you use those words, the realness, the realness, the authenticity. So when you talk about the realness and the authenticity, do you think that that's like a double-edged sword? You know what I'm saying? Like, when you are around people, in my opinion, who really care about you, hopefully they're telling you the truth. You know what I'm saying? But in them telling you the truth, it could seem like it's hurting you. You know what I'm saying?
Right. The truth is hard to take sometimes. I think we want people to be authentic and true, true. Will tell us the truth. But I think when they do, it can often feel like a double-edged sword. You know what I mean? Like, it can feel like an attack when it's not meant to necessarily attack, but to help. But I do think it's all in delivery as well. You got to put all the ways of communicating in there.
I don't know. I feel like with friends, like when it comes to delivery, not as much a big deal to me because I know they my friend, if that makes sense. Like, I know where their heart is lying as far as like what the information they're giving me versus like speaking with strangers or somebody. I think that's a little bit different.
Well, for me, all the way around, I think it's just I'm a little sensitive. So it's like I want you to tell me, but can you be a little gentle? Don't just like say it.
And I think that's a good point. And obviously, your friends. Hopefully, that you handle it in that way. But I think one of the main reasons to bring up this topic is because when we think about certain things from a financial standpoint, being able to have people to talk to, I think, is so important. And sometimes it's good to have people you talk to who are doing what you want to do. As we know, mentors. We always talk about that. But then you also want people to talk to, too, who are kind of on that same level as you sometimes. And you'll find yourself talking to people who you may be a little bit financially ahead of. And I don't mean an amount of money. I'm talking more about habits and the things that you do in order to, whether it's make money or be able to keep the money, whichever one it is. But it's just those mindsets. And so I think all three are good because if it's people who you are, don't necessarily agree with, who may be a little bit behind financially, I feel like you might have the mindset, okay, I don't want to be like that. So I think that can be helpful. Then we have people who are kind of on the same level. It's like, all right, we're going on the same path. We're trying to get to the same spot. And then obviously people who are where you want to be hopefully can help you, but then you can also pour into them as well. And so I think that those are important. And so in this situation with my friend we were talking about like houses and different things like that. And so it was good to know, like, when you see some of their struggles, they see some of your struggles about, how to get a house, or your first time doing it, or if you've done it before and you kind of going through that situation. I think you can really inspire people, and then they can inspire me as well and motivate them to kind of get to those next goals, those financial goals especially. And so I think all of those things are definitely helpful, especially when you're in a similar situation as them, because, you know, they're married too and all these things. So I think it was just super helpful, super inspiring for me at least. And, you know, honey, I don't know how you felt about it, but those things were definitely helpful.
I mean, yeah, I think it's very helpful to hear, you know, people's stories and just hear the realness of the struggle, because I know oftentimes we see the end result. We see a lot of the after effects, like after the struggle, but we don't really see the struggle. And I think if more people share their struggle, I mean, it may not just be such a, I would say, cliche, like, oh, I'm supposed to be right here at this time, I'm supposed to have this right now, but we don't see the back end of people's stories. And I think for me it was really a great conversation, really just to help and just life, marriage, whatever. But
and especially I mean, for me, definitely the marriage, fantastic, you know, and also financially. But I have a question for you, honey. Why do you think that people are so not wanting to share that struggle? And I'm talking about between friends sometimes. I'm not just talking about between strangers, but between friends, especially when it comes to financially, but obviously in other things as well. But why do you think people are so apprehensive to want to share that struggle?
I think it could be a little bit of fear, maybe fear being judged, or fear of not looking put together, you know, like having it all together. And yeah, I think those are some of the things I would say that could keep somebody from sharing just their, you know, sharing those down moments. Because it's, I mean, let's just be honest. You don't want to see people you don't want nobody to see you at your worst, you know, but the worst happens sometimes. And I mean, it's thankfully having friends and, you know, good family and things like that to help you get through is just super beneficial. But
I don't know, but I think that struggle though is what helps you grow. You know what I'm saying? And so like for me, I wouldn't have known, like, oh, okay, it probably wouldn't have been the best to buy a car with a loan. I didn't really need to do it, but I did it. I went through it, was able to pay it off by God's grace. But like, I can also talk to other people about it. They can take my advice or not. It's up to them. But I can say like, hey, not having a payment and having a payment, I would rather choose not having a payment. But that's just me. You know what I'm saying? Other people, they may feel a different way about it. So I think the whole point is when you start to share those ideas, when you're not being judgmental, I think that really helps others to be inspired and motivated. But
and
when
who are we to judge, though?
No, you're right. I agree with you.
Who are we to judge somebody really in their whatever they're going
through? I agree with you. But the thing is, like you said, that fear of being judged by somebody because it makes you not want to share, but you not sharing then doesn't help the other person. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't help your friend, doesn't help your family member, doesn't help somebody else. And so I think that overall, for me, it's like good friends are really hard to find. I feel like, you know, it's really hard to find. So if you find some good friends, you find some people you can open up to and express things to, and you can talk finances with, and you can go back and forth, even with different ideas. You know what I'm saying? I think healthy conversation. There you go. Healthy conversation, which with friends, you should be able to have healthy conversations. You know what I'm saying? And not bring that judgment zone, I think can really help you to be the best you can be.
Or even at the end, it's like, oh, we're done. We're never being friends again. I don't want to talk to you no more. Like, it should end like that.
I hope not.
In realness and speaking truth, you know.
But you know my policy on that. If it ends like that, I feel like we weren't that good of friends in the first place, so it's okay. That's just me personally, but you know. But anyway, we don't want to end it on a bad note. I think overall with this video, we trying to illustrate here is, you know, good friends are hard to find. So if you find some people, whether you're single, whether you in relationships and you have other friends who are in relationships, couples, married couples, people with children, people without children, I think all of those things are very important. They're hard to find. And so really reach out, love your friends. You know what I'm saying? Get to know your friends more. Talk about those things that you don't typically talk about because it may help you grow. And the big thing is also talk about your financial situation with them if you're comfortable with doing it, right?
If
If you're
it's
the
in
closeness,
discernment.
right? Obviously losing the closeness, if the discernment, and if you guys are kind of on the same page. If
And
clearly
trustworthy. Hopefully, whoever they're telling is a trustworthy person. Too,
yeah, I agree with that.
It's some qualities though you got to look
Right,
for,
but then my thing is, somebody's your friend, and then why would you have a friend who's not trustworthy though?
This is true.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you have a friend who doesn't have these qualities like that you can confide into?
Yeah.
If you do, then that's not really your friend. So what I'm really saying, using that word friend, like real, like talk to them about that. If this is somebody who's really your friend, you can trust in, and somebody who's okay with hearing the other side. I'm not talking about them fake friends or your acquaintances. I know a lot of people like to use the word friend and acquaintances interchangeably, but I'm talking about real friends who you can really talk to about different things and can really help you to get to that next level. And you know what I'm saying? You want to see them get to the next level as well.
Yeah.
So, in my opinion, that is something that can help you, can help us, can help anybody to grow financially when you are having those conversations and you're able to. But you have to have a good friendship with somebody. Like my wife said, I agree. If you have doubts about it, then maybe they're really not your friend in the first place. So with that, that's all that we have. You got anything else, honey?
No. Have a good weekend.
All right, then, y'all. Well, listen, hope that y'all enjoy the video. We hope that y'all rethink really what a friend is to you and how deep you can go with those friends, all right? It's okay if you have different ideas. Okay if you think of things in different ways. But obviously, you want to have some type of like-mindedness, and hopefully your goals will intertwine. You'll get there where you need to be financially, all right? So with that, happy Friday!